Wow, what an interesting sky. Isn't it pretty? The sky before the storm. Everybody is so quiet out there. The birds know. It's supposed to have 60 to 85-mile-an-hour winds overnight tonight with torrential rain. Whee! This empty area over here, that's southeast. That's how the wind is going to come at me right across the water. Tie down, batten down the hatches. Start this morning with your posture and in your bed, legs uncrossed. Maybe one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest, so you can feel yourself breathing with your whole body. And now do that. Pull the air in through both nostrils. Let the belly round up. Feel it with your hand. And feel it internally. And at the top, let the breath go and let it spill out. All the way to the bottom as the navel gently moves back toward the spinal column, your body lengthening and flattening. And keep breathing. If you're sitting in a chair, same thing, only in a chair, have your sit bones firmly planted, your knees at 90 degrees, your feet about a narrow hip width apart, and your toes pointed forward. And continue breathing and noticing the breath, this natural breath that is the breath you want to pull into your life. And let's start with our hands this morning and do some hand exercises. Gee, these hands are so important to us. Let's start and roll our hand into a fist. And then squeeze that fist as tight as you can. And breathe 3 breaths to it. Keeping the fist tight. And breathe. Your belly rounding on the inhale. And flattening on the exhale. Good. And when your 3 breaths are complete, release your hands. Now shake them out gently. Good. Now bring them in front of you, your palms facing you. And touch your thumb to your index finger and push. Push and hold and breathe 3 breaths. And when the 3 breaths are complete, release your hands. And now touch your thumb to your middle finger and push and breathe your 3 breaths. Belly rising on the inhale, body lengthening and flattening on the exhale. And when your 3 breaths are complete, release your fingers. And then shut your hands a little bit to release the tension. And then go to the ring finger and touch the thumb to the ring finger and push. And breathe 3 breaths, rounding that belly on each in-breath. And when the 3 breaths are complete, release. And open and shut your hands quickly a few times. And then go to the pinky finger and push your thumb against your little finger And maintain the tension while you breathe 3 breaths. Good. Release your hands and open and close them quickly and release the tension. Good. Now bring your hands in front of you and palms facing one another, and touch your thumb to your thumb, your index finger to your index finger, your middle fingers lined up together and pushing, and your pinky finger lined up and pushing. And now push with all 3 and with all 5 fingers, and hold it for 3 breaths. And notice any tension that's outside this action that's not needed, and release it, maybe by letting your jaw go and breathing. Sounds so simple, but it's really kind of hard. And breathe your 3 breaths. And when your 3 breaths are complete, release your hands. Good. Now bring your hands in front of you again, and this time push the palms against one another and the thumb and the fingers against one another. And place your hands right at the center of your chest and your elbows out to the side. Like prayer, like a prayer position. And then push. And as you push, 3 breaths. And when your 3 breaths are complete, release. And now open and close your hands from a fist to open and spread wide apart. Good. Just sit quietly for a moment, aware of your hands, and breathe your natural breath with the belly rounding as you inhale and lowering as you exhale. Good. Isometric exercises, that's what that was, isometric hand and finger exercises. Contraction of muscles without movement. And we, of course, have read and heard about the meta-analysis of isometric exercise, and it was the #1 exercise for regulating and stabilizing blood pressure. And so we appreciate it. And we've added another dimension by coordinating that push or pull with the breath. I don't think any of the studies included breath. Can you imagine how much higher we would have scored on the markers if we were measured while we were breathing our belly breath? I say off the charts and good for us. Good. And now begin to lengthen the breath and lengthen it into that 3-part breath. And you start by drawing the air in through both nostrils and letting the nostrils do their work of filtering and warming and humidifying the air. Belly round, and then continue pulling in while maintaining a round belly and rounding across the back and the rib cage, and continue pulling and pull into all the way into the chest, and let yourself be rounded up like a barrel, and then release the breath and let it go. That long, deep 3-part breath. Keep breathing it. And now on the next inhale, when you get all the way to the top and you're rounded up like a barrel, pause and Take in 3 sniffs to fill the residual space, and then let the breath go all the way out as your body lengthens and flattens and the belly button moves back toward the spinal column. And at the bottom, the 3 puffs. Getting rid of that last bit of air. And then do that again. Inhale all the way. And then 3 extra sniffs at the top. Spilling the air out all the way to the bottom. And at the bottom, 3 puffs out. Building our lung capacity. A good thing to do as we're finding winter just about upon us. Do you ever wake up in the morning and there's definitely a plan for the day, and the plan for the day doesn't match what you want to do or what you feel like doing? And you know you need to be effective and you need to shift things. And one way to shift things is to use alternate nostril breathing. It's extremely helpful when we feel off center but still have to function in the everyday world. And we breathe long and deep through alternating nostrils, and the whole nervous system is soothed and calmed and energized. And really all you need is 3 to 5 minutes. So using the thumb and the index finger of the right hand, make a U of those 2 fingers and use the thumb to close off the right nostril and the index finger to close off the left nostril. And continuing the long, deep breath, close the left nostril and inhale deeply through the right nostril. And take it all the way, and then close the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril, all the way to the bottom. And inhale through the left nostril full and deep, and then close the left nostril and exhale through the right one. Again, inhale through the right nostril and continue alternate nostril breathing. Make sure the breath is complete and full on both the inhalation and exhalation cycle. And continue. The pattern is exhale, inhale, shift. And if you get confused, just use that as your mantra. Exhale, inhale, shift. And continue breathing and alternating the breath and the nostrils. And through this simple mechanism of closing or opening the nostrils, you have a highly accessible breathing technique for regulating your moods and energies and being ready for whatever the day brings. Keep breathing. Exhale, inhale, shift. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.